This is Meteo Mundo.
Hello, Bahamas. Rusty back with you here with your latest daily forecast. This is the video that covers the Bahamas. We'll get into what I expect with the rain and the temperatures across the next several days for you here. Thanks for liking the video, subscribing to the channel if you like and want that newest information. I do want to start off with a broad perspective again because we continue to monitor Tropical Storm Philippe. Always like to pass along the important information. Philippe has really hammered the Leeward Islands, now bringing some excessive rain to the U.S. and British Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico. It is lifting up to the north, and it could impact Bermuda with tropical storm conditions by Friday morning. That being said, it's going to stay far enough east of the Bahamas and the Turks and Caicos where we will not have direct impacts. It is a beautiful day in the northern Bahamas. We might see a couple of light showers up towards Walker's Key, sprinkling down into Grand Bahama. That's the radar. This is the satellite, and I mentioned this yesterday that in the southeast Bahamas and the Turks and Caicos, the opportunity for moisture to be moving in from the southwest. There's drier air coming in to the northwest Bahamas, but from Georgetown south, at least the opportunity for some rain as we go through our Wednesday afternoon. It's going to be pretty scattered in nature overall, but something to monitor. Now, this is the live radar on this early Wednesday afternoon. You saw some of the light rain I pointed out towards Walker's Key. Notice that it's very, very spotty, and that's going to be the trend. If we're going to get a shower in places like Freeport and Lucaya for today, it's going to be very spotty in nature. We still have very windy conditions for you mariners. Keep that in mind, but the rain chance overall is going to be coming down over the next couple days. Take a look at our future rainfall model for you here. I'll put that into motion. And again, this is going to take you out over the next 2 days here, starting from this afternoon through our Friday afternoon, and you don't see a lot of rain in the forecast for places like Nassau and Arthurstown and Andros and Abaco, including Marsh Harbor, up towards Freeport and West End. So relatively dry conditions, and with a northeast breeze, we're actually pulling in some slightly cooler weather. Now, the boaters, it's a bit of a different story with some gusty winds. I'll highlight that in a minute. But let's get back down to the central and the southeast side of the islands. And again, look, it's not a ton of rain, but there's just a little bit more moisture, at least over the next day, to pull in a couple of showers, especially for the southeast Bahamas and the Turks and Caicos. It's not going to ruin any plans. I just want to kind of give you guys a heads up that in this area from Clarenstown south and then to the Turks and Caicos, the opportunity for a little bit more in the way of some rain. But there's not going to be any heavy rain, and in general, our forecast across the Bahamas continues to get drier. Let's look at these winds, though, because that has been a story. Going to put this into motion. We're still going to have some pretty gusty winds in the extreme northwest Bahamas, especially towards Walker's Key, the northern sides of Abaco, and in the northern sides of Grand Bahama for the next day. Now, that has really kicked up the swells and the sea conditions in the exposed waters of the Atlantic on the northern sides of the islands that I just mentioned with that brisk northeast wind. Now, you notice that as we go into time through Friday, those blues fade away. The winds are going to be diminishing, and boating forecast will get better and better. But at least for the next day, we still have some kicked up surf and sea conditions. So there is that Grand Bahama marine forecast. The remainder of this Wednesday, northeast winds 15 to 20 knots. Seas are running around 3 to 5 feet. Small craft caution is in effect. Small craft should certainly exercise caution going out, especially into the exposed waters. For Thursday, the winds relax a little bit, 10 to 15 knots. Seas still running 3 to 4 feet. But again, I expect improving conditions, especially Friday and into the weekend. And for Grand Bahama for today, look, it's a mix of sun and clouds. It's a mainly dry forecast, an isolated shower. A rumble of thunder is possible in the afternoon, but as I like to say, many dry hours at locations. 88 your daytime high. In the heat of the day, it'll feel as hot as 97. For the 5-day forecast, it's a relatively dry forecast, just a 20% chance at best for a isolated shower to develop tomorrow, Friday, and Saturday, but mainly dry conditions. Pretty comfortable temperatures with daytime highs mainly in the mid-80s, 30% chance on Sunday, but still not a lot of rain in sight for our Sunday afternoon. For our friends in Nassau, 86 the daytime high, sun and clouds. We will see a few scattered showers and storms developing in the afternoon hours, but certainly not as wet as what has been. And again, with the heat of the day, the feels like temperature up to 96. on the 5-day forecast for Nassau. This is looking good. This is going to be the wettest day of the next 5 days, but still just a 40% chance for some storms developing with the heat of the day in the afternoon. They'll die off in the early evening hours. And then look at the forecast as we head towards the weekend. My goodness, it is going to be beautiful across the island. 20% chance for rain on Thursday. I've got it dry with beautiful conditions and dry weather Friday and Saturday. And still just a 20% chance on Sunday. Daytime highs running in the upper 80s. Friends, thanks for watching the latest Bahamas forecast video. I want to mention, if you're watching this right now, you're one of our first 100 plus subscribers. We've kind of been in beta mode here at Meteo Mundo, but we are ready to go public and live. And I'm going to be doing that with a live stream this Thursday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. You have a minute, come join the Meteo Mundo community. Come say hi to me. I'll be doing a live stream. We'll be chatting. Would love to hear from you, where you're viewing us, and we can talk about all things weather in the Bahamas and across the Caribbean. Again, it's this Thursday night at 7 p.m. Thanks again for liking the channel. Thank you for subscribing. And we'll see you for the latest right here at Meteo Mundo.